Hello guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to draw muscles in anime. So let's get started. First off, we are going to draw a vertical line, and this is going to be the center of the body of the character. That's going to be very muscular. And then we're just going to decide the top and the bottom of the character. It's going to be around like this. And then we can just divide it into, I don't know, 3 parts. Maybe this one is going to be a little bit smaller, so it's not going to be 6 heads tall, maybe a little bit taller than 6 heads tall. Something like this is probably okay. Maybe 6.5 or 7 heads tall. I don't know. I mean, normally I like to draw 6 heads tall, but those are kind of, because I normally don't draw very muscular people, and muscular people tend to be a little bit, not a little bit, but taller than other characters, and that's why I'm increasing its height now. So normally I draw 6 heads tall. This one is going to be around 7 heads tall. So we just look at this. So this is height 2, 3. So that's almost 8. That's a little bit too much. I think I'm going to increase its size a little bit, like this. But it's not really that important because, the face is not the focus of this video. But so let's just go on and draw the body. Okay, so first off, you want a very muscular body. You also need a very thick neck. So something like this is good. And then I'm just gonna draw some guidelines. It's gonna be like a trapezoid down here, and then like this, and then a square, not really a square, rectangle, and then another trapezoid, like being something like this. Okay, so this is how I normally sketch my characters, but I practiced a little bit for this video and I found out that this is not that accurate, especially if you want to draw a naked body, because normally I don't draw naked people, but I have to draw naked people, so I have to adjust my sketch a little bit. So first off, this is gonna be lowered a little bit, like down here. So this line that's gonna be connecting these two polygons, it's not gonna be there anymore. It's gonna go down there, like basically pointing towards this, which is gonna be the pelvis or the crotch. And then I'm just going to make something like this, and then have like something like this. This is gonna be like the collarbone. And then I'm just gonna give him a very large muscle behind his neck. So one thing that's really important to remember now, because you're drawing something so anatomically important, you want to keep the symmetry as correct as possible. So every time you draw something on the left side, you have to make sure that with equal distance from the center, you have to draw the exact same thing on the other side. It's really, really important. So of course these are just guidelines. It's not going to look like this, but no, that's for now. And I'm just going to give him some breast, like down here, something like this, and then 6-pack like this, and then I don't know, this is gonna be the belly button. So like this. You see, every time I this is the most important thing I want. So equal distance, remember that. And then the shoulders is gonna just go straight down there, and half this length, because the wrist is gonna be here. So just go the whole thing down there. I'm not gonna draw the hands, I think. No, I'm not gonna draw the hands for this video. It's just gonna be like this. And just notice that it's not correctly, symmetrically. Just gonna move this a little bit towards the center, and now it's good. And I'm just gonna draw 2 lines here, which is gonna be the I don't know what it's called. Just 2 lines, you know, on the throat. Gonna give him a little bit of a squared jaw, because that's gonna make him look much more masculine. Okay, so we're pretty much done with all the guidelines now. Now I'm just gonna make some vague guidelines down there. It's looking pretty good, so I think we can just start on doing something much more like the details. So I'm just gonna add a line that's gonna be the eyes. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna start with the neck, so it's, I mean, there's not really a guideline, it's really there. And I'm going down there. This is also the same as I've drawn, but now I'm gonna add an Adam's apple, like there, maybe a little bit higher, but no, whatever. No, I'm gonna erase that like this, and then this part is gonna be something that's pointing down, so it's not gonna go from this point, it's gonna be a little bit above it, like this. And actually, whatever, I'm not gonna erase those guidelines yet. And then on this side, I mean, this is gonna stop there, fade off, and then on this other side, the shoulder is gonna continue this line and down there, and then of course this muscle is gonna connect like around there. I don't know. It's gonna there, pretty straight, a little bit curved like this. I don't know. No, straight is probably okay too. You know, whatever. And then I'm just going to do this. This is gonna be a little bit separated like this, and then going there, and it's not gonna be like connected. It's gonna be, you know, fading there, fading off, so it's empty there. It's just the guideline. Same thing goes for this side. So basically I'm just trying to copy the same thing over to the other side, like this. So now we've got this, and I'm going to give him some kind of biceps and triceps. Are they called triceps and biceps? I don't know. Okay, so but it's facing a little bit, you know, straight towards us. I mean, maybe it has a little curve there, but this one is mostly straight. Because if he was turned a little bit, then you could see his biceps and triceps much more, you know, seen pronounced. But here it's just like that. So for the lower arm, it's gonna have this kind of curve. So curve like this, and then like this, and then maybe like that. And then for this, it's just going down there. Nothing really, just like this. Okay, so let's get to, okay, I'm just gonna add 2 nipples, which is gonna be just 2 circles, and yeah, make sure you get the position is really hard to explain. It should be around the center between these two. It's very close to this line, and then it's a little bit to right. This one is a little bit, so it's a little bit closer to either side. You know, it's really hard to explain. I guess you just have to, you know, look at a lot of reference, you know, from the internet or something. Okay, but now let's go into the abs, which is probably what most people want to learn to draw. So I'm gonna start doing it. So you see a lot of different ways to draw this, and that's because abs are very different on people. I mean, some people have really strange abs. Some have really large, some are really small. Some has, even the position of abs are different from people to people. So, but I'm just going to go with something very normal, I guess. So around the center of this curve is gonna be where the ends of the first pair of abs is gonna be, and then you're gonna see these two lines down here, and in the center here, I don't know, like this, and then so this is 1 or 2 packs, 4 packs, 6 packs. So the 6th pack is gonna be right below this belly button, or maybe even on top of the belly button. So it's gonna be, this in this area we're gonna get 4 packs. So in the center of it we're gonna see a line dividing them. So make sure you give a little bit of a 3D feel to it. Okay, so like this, and then for the belly button I'm just gonna give it a much more circular look like this. And last pack is just gonna be like this. Can't really see it, but you can see some hair growing down below the belly button, so just hair. And then maybe some lines here on this thing that is gonna be, because you see this whole line. This is kind of like how the muscles are built, but you're not gonna see it because it's gonna be covered by the you know what it is, or no, probably I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry, but because I don't really want to draw a penis, so guess I'm gonna end my drawing here. But basically you're just gonna add these 2 lines like this, maybe, I don't know, and then this line is not gonna be seen, so I'm just gonna erase that. The same goes for these lines, this line, and these inside of it, and then of course over the breast you're not gonna see that. Okay, so now it looks much more correctly, and these lines is just 2 lines down there, and then you're gonna see the penis, but it's not really that important. Let's go to this part, because I think you need some muscles here too. So it really depends on how muscular you want your character to be, because the more muscular he or she is, the more muscles you want to have there. They just have a line of muscles there. That's really strange looking, but if you just look at some reference of some bodybuilders, you will see that they really do have those really strange muscles there. Okay, so it's pretty good, I guess. So now there's just some part of it. I'm just gonna make this part a little bit more muscular by giving this part an indentation like this, and then a straight line. The more muscular your character is, the more pronounced this indentation is gonna be. For this character, I think it's just gonna stay like this. And pretty good. I just need to erase some lines because there were just too many guidelines I've drawn. and some lines there. Don't really want to waste your time watching me erasing lines, so I guess I'll just be quick and add some facial features to this guy. So he's gonna have an eye. By the way, I'm just gonna make this face a little bit thinner. Or, yeah, thinner. And then just doing a really quick sketch of this face. Not like that. Pretty good. Damn it. Every time when I just start doing something, I have to finish it. No. I really did plan to just do some real sketch of some facial features, but whatever. It's done now. Okay, let's go back to the body. Because what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use a 2B and then redraw all the lines to let you see which lines is actually correct and which is wrong. So I'm just gonna do a quick smooth out of some lines like this, and then I'm just gonna start doing my job of inking. So of course it will look a little bit strange now, because what we need to do now is to add shadows actually, because we really need to add shadows, because if you just draw lines, it's not gonna look very good, because you see a lot of things that you see here are not actually lines, because it's not an edge of something. It's actually just some features on, it's just some bumps on the body, and you can't really add lines to those things. So lines are actually wrong. Actually, the thing that you should have done is to just do shadows, but of course that's too realistic. Anime really like to add lines to stuff, but we also need to add shadows, so it's a must basically. And that's what I'm gonna show you in a second. So I'm just gonna be quick and finish this part of my drawing, and then I'm just gonna go ahead Okay, so I'm just gonna switch pencil back to a B. It's probably okay. And by the way, I just forgot these lines. The difference isn't that big, about switching the pencils. But yeah. Let's go ahead and do some shadows. So first off, just gonna add some shadows here because this is the most pronounced, and then I'm just gonna add shadows below the chin. So some shadows here too. And then shadows there. So basically shadows below this whole thing, even including that part. And then of course shadows under each of those, even though they are already in the shadow. But you can't really see it because it's too small. Everything is too small now. And that's actually a good thing for you if you want to draw, whatever, because when it's smaller, people can't see some mistakes that you might be making. And it's a good thing. What a terrible circle. Whatever. Just gonna add some shade to that. Of course, we got some more shadows in the center of this, and then shadows on this side, and then shadows here. Make the line more pronounced, and then I think I'm just gonna add a line there too, or no, just some shadows there. And then some shadows on this part, some shadows on that part, and then shadows here. This was strange. That was strange. I think I'm just gonna make this curve a little bit more astute, like this. And then shadows here. It's pretty good. And then obviously have to redraw some of the facial features. Okay, so of course I have to redraw shade my hair, and that's probably it. If you just zoom out a little bit, I think this is looking pretty good. So just one thing that I think should have done better is add some shadows there too. Because I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more shadow below the breast. A little bit more shadows basically on this part. And then a little bit more shadow below the throat, shadows inside here too. And then I'm just gonna add more shadows here, and then some more shadows there, and then shadows there, and then just basically a line of shadows there. Okay, now that's looking pretty good. Okay, so there's just one thing that we could have added, and that's some shadows there too. I don't know if this is a good choice. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna omit it. And just gonna erase some of the guidelines. In this video I've been erasing much more than my other videos. I don't know why. Probably shouldn't do that. And I'm just gonna redraw some of the lines I've drawn to make the hair. Pretty good. So this is one thing that is, because normally there should be a lot of shadows there because it's gonna be covered, but we're not really drawing that part anyway. So actually there's just one more part, and it's the lower part of the breast, because I keep adding shadows below it, but there should, because the shadow has some volume to it, just gonna add some shadows below the whole breast like this. Okay, I really want to finish this video. I've been adding stuff and adding stuff, and now I just found out about some new stuff that I didn't add. But that's enough, guys. I'm terribly sorry for my not being able to delay personality. I'm not being able to delay, not being able to finish a drawing personality, but finally we're done. So let's just look at this whole drawing, and it's looking pretty good. So thank you guys for watching, and I will try to upload a new video pretty soon, and I will see you guys in the next video. So goodbye.